Welcome to So You Think You Can Write, where we give serious writing critique without taking ourselves too seriously. My name is Lindsay, and with me here today is...
Melinda Carroll.
Torsha Baker.
Sandra Udall.
All right, and the way the show goes is we are going to read, Torsha's going to read, that's right? Okay,
Yes.
so Torsha's going to read a submission for a first page that we received, and we're going to, if we feel an agent or editor would reject the manuscript, we're going to have buzzers. Okay, and then before you start, I want to mention that hopefully we'll hit them faster than that during the read. I want to mention that we have a new sponsor this year, which is our friend Ben Grange and Writers Clearinghouse, where they do manuscript evaluations. So you can find out more about them at www.writersch.com.
Yeah. All right. So the submission is titled Don't. I'm losing a staring contest to dead stuffed animals. Not trying to win, but I can't look away either. My nose wrinkles against the reek of formaldehyde and sweaty students who didn't shower after gym. Why does the EMT course have to share the zoology classroom? I flip through my textbook to distract myself from the decor surrounding me, but the photos of exposed organs and bones prove too much again, and I snap it shut. I'm not here to conquer my fears. It's about money. This is the last class I need to compete for EMT certification before I graduate from high school. If I don't want to drown in debt, I need a good job to pay for college. I'm a people person, but waiting on tables nauseates me more than blood. Plus, stopping death pays better than mopping up ketchup. Mr. Herney conducts roll call at the front of the room. With the face of a mountain man who'd been forced to shave, he doesn't seem the sort of teacher capable of commanding legions of respect, more like the kind who enjoys collecting pop quiz heart attacks in a jar. Charlotte Matthews. His mocking smile triggers red flags in my head. A drop of panic and offense slinks down my spine. Did he hear about me passing out in health last year from this stupid DIY surgeries documentary? I squish the urge to defend myself in front of the class and reignite the rumors. Excuse me. All right.
Gosh, no buzzers.
No buzzers. That was great.
All right, who wants to start with a comment?
Go ahead, Randy.
I liked it. And a lot of times we're always talking about you've got to be able to do setting. Okay, what I could picture what's going on in my mind. We talk about voice. I have a good sense of voice. We talk about establishing some sort of goal at the beginning, and I have one. And while I'm sure this goal will change during the story, it gives me something to go off. It gives something that, and we have conflict here because this person is queasy, easily made queasy, and in an environment where that's happening. So we have all those things that I'm always talking about that need to be on the first page and are hard to all put at the same time.
Absolutely. And motivation. Not just goal, but we have motivation as well. Money.
So that's excellent.
So the one concern I do have is the genre is romantic thriller. That is not how it read to me. The voice actually read quirky to me. But maybe that was just,
Okay, I don't see romantic.
Yeah. So there was voice.
I didn't even
the
see
good
that
news is
up there,
that there's
so.
voice.
Yes.
But the voice read quirky to me. It was, the fact that she's having a staring contest with these dead stuffed animals and she's going to be sick, and did he hear about me passing out in health last year from that stupid DIY surgeries documentary? Like, that's kind of a funny, there's humor to it.
Can you have a quirky romantic thriller?
You can, but I think you need a whiff
I'm trying
of
to think
thriller.
of shows or movies that are like that.
I definitely think you can, but I think that there is no sense of, even though this is, she talks about dead stuffed animals and talks about blood and talks about saving life. It's in such kind of a light-handed way that you don't get a thriller sense to it. So I think you can totally have quirky and thriller, but you have to have a sense in this first page that it's a thriller. Like
Of what's to come. 'Cause
thriller
you're
is a
setting up
high
promises.
tense, you know, that's a very tense storyline where the reader in a thriller, the main character is at risk from the very beginning of the book. And so you don't get a sense of that in this at all, I don't feel like. And I think it needs to be there even on the first page, if that's what you're going to call this. It's very well written. It doesn't have to be that if you want to call it something else. But I think if the rest of the plot is a thriller, it needs to be, this whiff of danger needs to be present on the first page.
But would an agent stop reading just because the category was not right?
I don't know for sure, but I would think sometimes yes, if they read the query and they're like, oh good, I'm looking for a romantic thriller, and then they read
Okay.
the first page and they're like, this tone isn't anything like what I was expecting, then they're gonna turn it away. If you can show that you can have this strong, quirky voice and still have a thriller, then it might actually be compelling to an agent. But I think right away you'd feel like, this doesn't quite hit the tone of a thriller like I'm looking for.
Or a romance.
Or a romance.
Yeah.
But again,
I think
that
you
is
could
one of
romance
the
into it. Thriller.
one of the descriptions of a thriller is that the main character has to be in danger right from the beginning of the story.
Okay. Thoughts?
And not just danger of throwing up in class.
Right.
And there's some really great things I like in the line, I'm not here to conquer my fears, it's about money. It gives us an idea of who this character is and that they have a goal and that they have a drive, even though it's not something that they're maybe even passionate about. There are a couple of little things as far as editing. I don't think you need dead stuffed animals. You could say either dead animals or stuffed animals, one or the other, but not both.
I almost wonder if it's a stylistic thing because of the thriller part. Like, you know, with if you're doing a thriller,
Right.
you try to throw in like those words, you know, here and there. But
Then
I
I
do
would
see what you're
choose
saying.
dead.
Yeah, I
Choose
would just
dead
take
instead of
dead out.
stuffed. Because
Mhm.
stuffed,
Yeah.
at first I'm thinking, a little,
Just-
jumper and...
Oh, I know. I thought
Winnie
the
the
same
Pooh
thing.
or
So just
something.
dead animals. I would leave in the dead and take out the stuff.
And as
Or
soon as you
even,
get
like,
to formaldehyde, then
The
you
dead
know.
animals are staring at me, or like I'm with it, you know.
Yeah, I agree.
And I like that first line as it is, except for, I would take out stuffed.
Mm-hmm.
There was one other place. Oh, this is the last class I need to complete for EMT certification. I would just say this is the last class I need for EMT certification. Or this is my last class for EMT, because it's redundant with the before I graduate from high school. It is important
But the high school thing gives a sense of age, though.
Right.
You're
So
saying
we-
leave that, but take out the
The
earlier
need
part.
to complete, and
I agree
you
with
kind of
you.
stumbled over it as you read it, which is a clue that it's.
I do stumble over reading stuff out loud pretty often, though.
But this is the last class I need for EMT certification before I graduate from high school, so we don't need the to complete. I mean, that's a picky thing that's easily
But
edited,
it makes it,
makes it flow.
clearer and flow a little nicer. I see that.
But yeah, but again, it's well written. It gives us a good voice, a good sense of who this character is. This character has a very clear goal, and yeah, I think it's good.
Okay, I agree with basically what everybody else said. I don't need to be redundant, but just well done, good job. I would be a little worried about what Melinda said, because we are setting up promises to our readers. So if you're setting up a promise this is going to be a thriller, then perhaps there's some way that you could bring that in early on. So, but I enjoyed it. I would have kept reading. So,
Me too.
Should we
Okay,
vote?
so let's go to vote. I'm going to give it ready.
I'm going to give it a set, because I think the writing's clean, I think the voice is great, I think it's just a matter of either recategorizing what the story is or pulling the whiff of danger in a little bit earlier, which I don't know that would be a huge change.
Okay, I'm gonna give it a ready, because I think if you submitted this right now to an editor, an agent, even the way it is, I think they would keep reading. So there's my vote.
And then they could ask for that revision if it's needed.
That's true.
Melinda, do you think that you can add that whiff of thriller, that whiff of death or threat in here within a sentence or two?
Yeah, I definitely think you could. It just needs to be a little bit darker.
Okay. In that sense, in that case, I would give it a ready. And same thing with like what Torsha said. I think an agent would keep going because of the strong voice, because of the character goal, and because of the clean writing.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. So do you think, we got it right? Leave a comment, agree with us, disagree with us, make your own observations. And make sure to, don't forget to check out our sponsor, Writers Clearinghouse at www.writersch.com. And until next time.
Oh, and subscribe.
And subscribe.
Don't forget to
I
subscribe.
didn't forget that one. Subscribe. And until next time, get ready.
Get set.
Right.
All right, I hope you enjoyed the episode. And don't forget that we have a new sponsor this year. Our friend Ben Grange with Writers Clearinghouse is offering all the prize support for this year. And the winner each month will get a first 10-page manuscript evaluation for free.
Yep. And then the winner of the full year is going to get a full manuscript critique
Wow.
from agents and editors, guys. These are top guys.
That have worked in the industry and really know their stuff. I mean, that's big. Okay, and then you can find out more about Ben Grange and the Writers Clearinghouse at www.writersch, as in clearinghouse, writersclearinghouse.com.